ahead and create a sequence. So if I go to sequence, edit sequence, I could go ahead and create a sequence. So this sequence here, the user interface looks the same. However, we have a few more options available in terms of how to create the sequence. So for example, if I want to go ahead and say, okay, I have a blank, my first injection is going to be a blank, bio 1, and I'm going to use this particular method. But I want to say, you know what, I want to use the same method on all my injections. Let me go ahead and say fill down, and it fills down for me. And then I want to say I'm going to have 5 files, and I'm going to start from file 1 and fill increments, and I'll go ahead and fill files 1 through 5, and I'm going to have 3 calibrants. So I'm going to say fill increments. I'm going to have 3 calibrants. However, this here is going to be my sample. Okay. And now I could go ahead and take, it's very Excelable in terms of features that you are used to seeing in Excel. So, for example, if I want to go ahead and copy this sample names and say copy, right-click copy, go here and say paste. So now I have my names for that line is equivalent. It's going to be the same data file name as well. If you want to make it different, you could do that as well. It's not a problem. You can go ahead and add a date on 10/13, whatever it is you want to name it, if you have that capability. But another important thing is that something to take a look at here is that now I could go ahead and say what sample types I have, and these values will be when I go ahead and if I want to do quantitation later on, this particular field here will go with the data files in terms of is it a blank, a calibrant, or a sample, and it will make my quantitation easier. And it will go through that in our latest series when we go through MassHunter quantitative analysis. But doing the work up front saves you a lot of time when you go ahead and want to quantitate. It makes things a lot easier, and it just takes an extra click here. So the data path, you could have the data go to one particular folder, but you could have it go to multiple folders wherever you want each particular line in your sequence. You go ahead and select the same one, fill down, or if you say, you know what, actually I want my sample to go in a different folder, you go ahead and say, go here, and then I want it to go in a new folder that says samples, and that's going to go there. So I have all my calibrants going one way, my samples going. You could definitely do that if you want to have, for example, one operator have that data sent to one folder, and then you want to go ahead and add a sample here, or sample 2, and I want sample 2 to go to a different folder. You could definitely do that, and that makes things easier to keep track of if you have multiple operators running under the same sequence, if you want to do that, okay, depending on your laboratory workflow. Let me see here. So in terms of the look and feel, what we've seen so far is that GC MassHunter acquisition, very similar, 99% similar to your MSD chem station GC acquisition. Mass spec, mass spec acquisition, a little bit different, but a simplified look and feel in terms of how we set up our mass spec parameters. And for tuning, we went ahead and see what the different tuning options are, whether you want to auto-tune, tune manually, or if you want to check tune, do an air-water check, you can see that you can do so very easily at the click of a button. And in terms of MassHunter acquisition, that's pretty much what it is. And the point of this boot camp, MassHunter Bootcamp Acquisition setup class, is to demystify MassHunter Camp Station acquisition and let you know that it will be a very simple transition if you want to do so, if you from Camp Station to MassHunter. And currently, you can take advantage of MassHunter Qual and Quant for your 5975, 73 after converting data files, and you'll soon be able to take over MassHunter acquisition for your $59.75 as well. Okay. So with that, I'll stop here, and then we'll check for questions. And I'm looking forward to deploying this in your laboratories. I'm very excited to be able to share this with you, and I hope that you're excited to receive this as well. In this case, we'll go back and answer some questions.